Good night, everyone. Good night, good night, good night. I know you guys have been waiting a while now. All right, I see G and Case. Are you hearing me loud and clear? Let me know if you're hearing me loud and clear. Good night, Jen. What's up? Welcome.
Are they hearing you?
Yes, me I hear. All right, good.
I'm looking for it. I'm not seeing popping up here.
Big up yourself, PN in the house. Big up, brother. Big up. Welcome. Boy, the devil did not try, but you don't know, same can't win. Internet issues, but you don't know how the thing go. What's up, Dion? What's up, girl? Welcome. Remember to like up the live stream as you enter. We're gonna try to be as quick as possible because you don't know the data thing go already at Jamaica. So what may I say? What we call it? Wi-Fi. What kind of Wi-Fi? KFC Wi-Fi to rotted. But a Burger King Wi-Fi, but yeah, a little bit stronger.
So yes, people, good evening. Let me just make sure so they're hearing me clearly. Can you hear me clearly?
Is my guest on? Can you see my guest? Kevin, let me see how many people. Can they see you? Can you all see my
I
guest? All right, let me see you. Kevin, I never realized you're up already, I swear to you. All right, so we're just going to give Kevin a warm welcome. Yes, me never realize. I think I'm here alone, I see you.
I'm like, I think I'm on, but I'm not sure. Can they hear
All right.
me?
So we're gonna give our guest Kevin. Yeah, you're on. Yes, GNK said yes, I can see. Dion said the same thing. Camera.
So RJ,
Cheers, me have my beer ready. So you hear me loud and clear, Kevin?
yes, I'm hearing you clearly.
Kevin, everybody, Irie. It has been a wet Wednesday for most of Jamaica. Very wet. And you don't know, so when it's wet, it gets slippery. So I do hope that you have, the correct tools, the correct blankets, and so on to keep you all warm. All who not have no life blanket, just draw on a pillow, draw on a teddy bear, and all a nice sleep. Good night, Teacher P. Welcome. Good to have you here tonight. Lord have mercy. What you say me in and out? Lord have mercy. The people that must send me in and out.
You want me to go and introduce myself and see if
All
your
right.
internet picks up?
All right, Kevin. So my guest tonight, Kevin, he will introduce himself, tell you about himself, and and so on until we get my part sorted out. Go ahead, Kevin.
So good night, everyone. Thank you for having me, RJ. Thank you for asking me to come on your channel. It's a great pleasure to
Respect.
be here. Good night to all the viewers and subscribers. I hope that all the persons who are here now have already subscribed. And if you have not yet subscribed, please remember to do so before the live ends. My name is Kevin. The name I go by is Kevin Conscious. I don't really use the other name for a lot of reasons. And I am a transgender FTM. FTM means a female or a person who was given the wrong gender at birth. That's my definition. I felt like I was given the wrong gender at birth. And so I have done the necessary changes to sync my body with my brain. Another person would say it's a female who transitioned to a male. Either of the definitions work for me, but I'm not really using the female title. I'm no longer in that zone, not that category. I have done the necessary changes to make myself the man I see myself as. So all my IDs and everything have been changed to male for the past couple of years. So I'm living my truth. I'm here tonight to talk to you guys about a lot of things. RJ will be asking some questions, but the main thing I want to do, or my main reason here, is to help people to be more LGBTQ inclusive, not just see us as objects and treat us as objects, or just put us in a box and say we're the alphabet community and we should just stay by ourselves, like they have the saying where they say birds with feather flock together. Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're all birds. So whether they have feather or not, they're still birds. So it's hard for you to just put them in a section and say fly east only and don't come to the west. They have wings, so they're gonna fly wherever they choose to fly. And it's the same thing for us. We're human beings. We have life. We have legs. We have vehicles, so we can move from point A to point B. I don't want people to still have us placed in a box because it's not a good feeling. For yourself, you would not want anybody to put you in a box. So why put us in a box, you know? So RJ will be asking the questions and I'll be answering them as much as possible. And people, if you have any questions and you want to ask, type it in the comment section. I'm reading the comments and RJ will be reading too. So I'll just answer them to the best of my knowledge. If anything is too personal and I don't feel like answering, it depends on my mood. I don't have to. So please bear with me. And also, guys, please be respectful with your comments. All right. Go ahead, RJ.
Right. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Chupsy, for sharing me out. Respect. Big up J and Kale Francis family, Jada S. You right. So I'm gonna go ahead with the questions. And remember, you can, if there's any question you wanna ask, you can just drop it in the comment section. And first one, I want you to define what is sexuality. Define the term sexuality.
Sexuality is a term that the dictionary used to define your sexual interest, the person or persons or whatever it is that you bring to your bedroom, whatever it is that you're attracted to romantically, sexually, intimately, kind of. That's like the best way to put it because you can't just pinpoint it and say whoever a person is attracted to. Because this moment you can be attracted to one person, one type, or one gender, and then later on you're attracted to something else. So I rather use the broad term. So one of the definitions must speak out to somebody who's trying to figure out what that word is.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Gender. This is also another, you know, some persons might say gender and sexuality is the same, right? What do you think about gender? What's your definition for gender?
Gender is like the structure, the body part that you were given at birth, or the title you were given at birth, where male or female is concerned. A lot of hospitals are not yet at the place where they can choose your gender for they in Canada or in some countries there's an option on the baby birth paper that you don't have to say male or female if you don't want to. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
the world is getting to that place, but for 97% of countries, our hospitals are still doing male and female. So where gender is concerned, I would say it's the sex you were given at birth. However, your gender doesn't have to be from birth through to death. You can change that. Medically, you can change that. Paper wise, you can change that. Mentally, you can change that. So even though it's the sex you were given at birth, or the body parts you were given, or the identity you were given at birth, where male and female is concerned, that's what gender is, but it's debatable because it can be changed.
All right. I see a question here in the comment section that was close to what I was gonna ask. would you represent the I in the LGBTQIA? Is it I? Correct me if I'm wrong, and is it IRL, Kevin? Or the T? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it
You're asking me about me? Where do I
that
fall?
the abbreviation?
You want to know what the I for the abbreviation is?
Yes.
I think it's more for informant, like somebody who understands the community
Which
and they
one you
can. I represent the entire LGBTQ plus because I'm an advocate, but my identity is transgender. So I can speak on any of the acronyms if I am
relates
asked
to that
to.
now? Does and can you hear me loud and clear, Kevin?
I'm hearing you, but you're
Hear me,
breaking in and
Kevin? Are
out,
you hear me?
in and out.
Yeah, that's what I
If the question is too hard to come out,
Sean.
you can type it. You can type the question,
BTQ.
RJ.
Now this just so like when me there class. All right. Oh, I see you.
Guys, if you're still here, RJ is chipping in and out.
Can
Just bear with us.
you big up?
I'm not hearing you, RJ. Did you type it? What does the LGBTQ
Yes, I
stands
did.
for? Okay, so what does it stands for? It's the
Yeah.
community, like a body of people who are lesbians, gays, bisexual,
Like give her
transgender.
the B.
The B. Okay, I'll take all the letters. Just give me a
Mm-hmm.
moment. I'll take all the letters. So the L is for the lesbian. A lesbian is a female who has feelings for another female. A lesbian is a female who only have sex with females and get stimulation from it. They're only intimately involved with not with other females. People title can change. You could be a lesbian this year. 10 years later, you want to move to a bisexual, or you move to going back to be straight, or you move to whatever. Your cycle can change, your acronym can change, your sexuality can change. The G is for gay. Gay is a person who was born as cisgender, or a person who identify as a male. Whether you were born a cisgender man or you're a transgender man, once you identify as a man and you're in a relationship or you're sexually attracted to men, so it's a men to men or man to man relationship, whether it's a trans man or it's a non binary man, because you have non binary man, as long as
Okay.
the person let you know that they are very masculine and they are representing the male gender to the most part. Non-binary doesn't take a gender, so sometimes that can be a little confusing, and that is why we say get to know people for who they are, because you can see a person and think this is what the person represents, and after having a conversation, it is something else. So I'm gonna get to the cisgender. So I'm from the L, the G. So now I'm at the B. The B is for bisexual. Bisexual is any person who has sexual attraction, intimate feelings for all gender, different genders. You can be attracted to a male. For male, another word for male is cisgender man. Cisgender man is a person who was born with the male genitals, the male organs, the male feeling. Your mind syncs with your brain. You feel like a man all your life. You have not done any changes to your body. So you go through life from a boy to an adolescent boy to a grown man, and it continues. A cisgender woman is the opposite. A person who was given the female genitals, the female gender at birth, that person grew up from a girl straight up into a woman, a lady, It goes on. A transgender is a person, any person who doesn't go by the gender they were given at birth. I'm a transgender. I was given the female gender at birth. I don't go through life feeling like a female. So I moved on. I did the surgeries and whatever, I did whatever is necessary for me to do so I can see myself or be the man I see myself to be. So now when people look at me, you can see I have a little facial hair. My bone structures are differently. My face looks different, and my body feels different because I've done surgery and other stuff, testosterone treatment. So the reverse for the trans woman, a trans woman is a person who was given the male gender at birth. That person doesn't go by the male gender. That person lives life feeling like a female, know that they're a female, so they just mature into a female. So it might get confusing, but listen to learn and not to respond. It's okay for a person to be born a boy and you grow up into being a woman. Nothing is wrong with that. Just like how they tell you in school the cow jump over the moon, we all believed that for years, but now we are learning that that was a myth. It's the same thing or similarity. I hate to compare these things with life, but we are living people too. We are human beings, so I have to compare it with life and life experiences. So the trans woman, I covered that. Now I'll take you to the non-binary. The non-binary is a person who doesn't take a gender. Non-binary can also be called queer. They can also be called gender fluid. If you look at the dictionary, what the word fluid means is like it's movable. It can it's like flexible or movable. So a non-binary person can be a male, can be a female, can be both, can be all of or none, can be a trans too. So non-binary falls under the trans umbrella, but don't get confused. Like I say, know people for who they are. If you have a friend and you think that friend is a part of the LGBTQ, it's only okay to ask the person in a polite way without disrespecting the person or making the person feel any less of a human. Like for me, if you know me all these years and you see that I'm dressing very masculine, don't assume that I'm just a lesbian if I was still in the body of a female. Or should I say use RJ for example, since he's on the live. Or like if RJ dresses very masculine to me and I'm okay calling RJ he. If RJ is not okay with that, RJ is free to correct me. Sometimes people dress masculine and they like the idea of being called a male. Some don't. So if I see you dress masculine, I'm gonna refer to you as a male unless you tell me otherwise. And that is where educating people about the LGBTQ is concerned. If RJ wasn't comfortable dressing like a male, RJ wouldn't be doing it. So if I say RJ, good morning, and I refer to RJ as a she, and RJ doesn't correct me, I'm going to be okay just the same. RJ could be a
Right.
non-binary. RJ could be somebody who just wants just like a man, but I don't feel like a man. If I should use somebody else on the live, okay, I know GNK. GNK is a cisgender woman based on what I see. I've never met her in person, but I see her doing YouTube. I see her as a very I would say a cisgender woman. She was born with the right parts. She don't feel like she ever wanna change. I could be wrong. I'm just using her for illustration. She was born with the female genitals, the female body part. She was given the female gender at birth. She matured into being a lady. She's now married to a heterosexual man. So she's a cisgender. The relationship is heterosexual. Her husband is a cisgender man. He has not done any changes to his body. He's not a transgender. He's not a transsexual. He's not a non-binary. So when I take it to, so we're now the LGBT. I hope I'm not losing anybody. No wrong, God make you the way you are. Well, God made me the way I am, and that's a trans man. But a lot of people will not understand that because we're so biblically blinded. I can give you scriptures to prove that I am living my truth, right? And a lot of the persons who like to come to us with Bible, they're not even Christians. A lot of persons who wants to tell LGBTQ plus people that we are mentally challenged, they've never been to medical school. So I agree
Exactly.
to disagree and to each his own. Like I would say, you go to the restaurant, you order vegetable, you're not a vegetarian, but you order a vegetable meal. Should I discriminate against you because all your life you've been eating meat and all of a sudden you want to buy vegetable? No, it's your choice. That's why the restaurant has a menu. If they only wanted
Exactly.
to eat meat alone, they wouldn't provide vegetable. If they want you to eat meat alone, they wouldn't provide vegetable. Just in Jamaica, you have many colleges. There was a time when Jamaica was so small, you had maybe one or two options. But now every parish has a college, if you ask me. Every parish has a high school or after school or a primary school. Gone were the days when they were very few. So if life can change, technology can change, schools can change, why can't we change our body? Clothes come in style and they go out style and people have no problem. But when we do something to our body, it's a problem. So the LGBTQ, the Q is for queer. Like I said, queer can be a part of non-binary. Queer can be an umbrella term for the entire community. People say that they're queer, it means that I don't feel like I have to be norm. I don't feel like I have to do what society sees as normal. Men like Guinness, so every man should drink
Right.
Guinness. No. I'm a man and I don't feel like I want to drink Guinness. I'm walking away from what people think is norm. I want to be myself. Because I don't like Guinness doesn't make me any less of a man. Because you're homophobic and you don't like me as a trans man doesn't make me any less of a man. I'm going to live my life and you live yours. And that is why you have to live and let live. I'm living my life. You're living your life. I'm not bringing my gayness or my LGBTQ to you and tell you that you need to become a part of the community because being straight is wrong. But every time heterosexuals
Right.
get the opportunity to bully us, they come and they tell us that being gay is wrong. But at the end of the day, God said, leave all judgment to Him, right? Leave all judgment to Him. He also says, make the wheat and the tear grow together until the day of harvest. So Christians and heterosexuals and people who are not okay with us being who we are, it's okay. But be respectful because we are human beings. You can't respect our choices or our decision, but respect the human in us. Is that too hard? So you have the LGBTQ2. We're at the two now, as
Two
in the
now.
number two. The number two came about as a result of two spirited. That's what the two stands for, two spirited. It's a part of the indigenous community. They first came with that definition. So, like how black people that come out with the N word and white people that come out with the dude or whatever words, just words. But what it really means is that the first people of the land, they are very spiritual persons. They are in touch with nature. A lot of them, if they fall sick, they don't go to the doctors because they believe in using the natural things around them to heal them. They go and they speak to the trees and they say the trees speak back to them. When I was in college a year ago, one of my teacher was indigenous and she's also two-spirited. And I had to get to know her for who she is. She's the first person to really explain to me who or what a two-spirited person is. And what I understand from the conversations with her, the two-spirited has more to do with your spiritual side, more like a spirit, not a Christian spiritual, no. As in, you have a good spirit, you have a bad spirit, you have a male spirit, you have a female spirit, you have a trans spirit, you have all spirit. It just have to do with your personality, where you can take out the spirit of a male, female, trans, all of none or one at a time. So it's like you're mixing a drink. You have sugar, you have water, and you have lime. You can still have the drink with the sugar and the lime, or you can have it with the sugar and the water. You choose because if your saliva is good enough, you can mix with the reach on your belly. I'm just saying there's
Exactly.
three things to
Yeah.
make the drink. It's up to you how you want to make your drink. There are persons who would make fruit punch with Bacardi. There are persons who would make fruit punch with rum. Some would use Hennessy, whatever. The idea is to make fruit punch. The bottom line is we're human beings, and whatever we do to our body, we're still human beings, and that is what people need to respect. If them want to come with
All
the
right.
Bible, we soon get to that part. So the two, there are lots of other acronyms. I'm not going to speak for all of them right now because the main ones that are used is the LGBTQ2 plus. So if RJ want to ask about more, we can always get into that later down. But for now, that's the most part they practically need to understand.
All right. Let me jump into the comment section. All right. So Tay and D's reality series says people do whatever they want to their body. It's their own choice. I agree. Jaita J says,
Exactly.
personally, I agree with you, Dion, but everyone have a choice. GNK says, guys, like and share. Good night, Chupsy from T Niche. Team Niche said,
Good
true,
night.
everyone have a choice. It's Jen says, in my opinion, I think everybody have a choice and do what they are comfortable doing. So it all boils down to you having a choice. Everybody have a choice. Says either you're with it or you're without it. Nobody's forcing anything on you. All right? Teeny said like that Jen. Tay&D's reality series says if a woman wants to take people man, it's her choice. Let people do what they want. Exactly my point. All right? Jada S says 100, live your truth. Payne says 100. Yes, so Payne agrees with everything that you're saying, Kevin. Jaita J says, I talk to everyone regardless of who you are.
That's the
And
way
then
to look at it.
I agreed with what Jaita says. Tay&D says what other people thinks and other people not providing for them in any way. People not pay them bills or anything. So why even business with them? Why care? Why people want to dictate your life? I don't know why. All right, Jaita says, really interested in the Bible part. We're getting there. Tabs
Trust
TV,
me, I'm
oh,
fully loaded where scriptures are concerned. They don't want to start
we
me
are
up.
getting there. We are getting there. And this is the thing too about heterosexual persons. They always have a scripture. I don't know why. For some reason,
Well, me
they
have a
just
whole list
always
too.
think that being a part of the LGBT, you are committing the biggest sin. And me learn when me I grow up saying every sin spell one way. None no bigger than none. But for some reason that is the biggest one in the church book, because of them alone always come with it. Stacy, you're here. Welcome, and you are ready for the scriptures. Just hang
And
tight. We're getting there.
why would the
Yes,
call
Stacy.
Stacy over
We're
here?
getting
Me
there.
can't
We're
manage.
getting there. Guys, remember to like up the live stream as you enter. All right, Kevin. So
Loving this guy already. Thank you, Teenish. Thank you for loving me. So, yes, go ahead, RJ.
right. So for the term now, FTM, can you just briefly
Stacy, why you pre me? I go hide my drink. Stacy say I'm drinking Jordan. Me switch from Guinness because of some technical difficulties at the liquor store. But yes.
FTM?
So
Go ahead.
FTM. I did touch it the
You were
first few
first a female. Somebody was
sentences, but
asking before if you took hormones.
if I take
Yes, somebody
hormones,
asked before if you took hormones. Yeah, took it. They said
yeah,
took. I
you look
think
how my
that's what
hand
I
them
read
look.
before. I'm not sure.
Yeah, look how my hand them look puff and tiff and yeah, I'm taking
So
hormones
are
so that
you
I can get the
still?
masculine look.
Okay, so you are still
Yeah,
on
so
hormones, testosterone.
yeah,
Okay, all right. Okay, for the person who asked before, I don't know where that comment went. All right,
I don't know either because I'm not. For the FTM is like I said, I'm not sure if the person's heard me when I introduced myself. Maybe the person came after FTM. The the Google and the dictionary's definition is a female who transitioned to male or female to male. Kevin's definition
all
is
right.
a person who a male who was given the wrong gender at birth. I feel like a male all my life. I know I was a male, but I was not given the male gender at birth nor the male body part. So I sync my body with my brain. I've done medical. So there are three stages to transition, and there's the social, the mental, and the medical. That's my definition, my understanding based on my journey. So socially, you try to adjust to the society, adjust to living, adjust to socializing, adjust to being open about who you are and living your truth. So socially was like maybe the hardest part to do because everything else is between you. Mentally, just you and your brain have a reason or continuously communicate with your brain and your body. And then medically, you have to give the doctors permission to do what you need to do. So the hardest part was socially because you're dressing like a girl and you still have female body parts, but you don't feel like one. So you have to socially speak to yourself, get yourself to the place where you're in the position to do the transition. There are some persons who don't have to do medical transitions because remember, the fact that you're a trans man doesn't mean you have to do surgeries. You don't have to. And if you're a trans woman and you don't feel like doing surgeries, you don't have to.
okay. How long ago have you done your surgery, and which of the surgery?
I was hoping,
You
I
heard my
was trying
question?
to avoid, but I try avoid that question. But I've done my top surgery. It's
That
called the
question?
mastectomy
You don't have to
surgery.
answer if you don't.
I've done the top surgery, which is the mastectomy surgery. That's the one I have done so far. I did it last year, August.
And for persons who don't
For persons who don't, I didn't hear you after that, RJ.
for persons who don't understand what you mean by you did your top surgery, what does that mean? You cut off your top? What that mean? Cause me I see your top right now, you know. I'm seeing the top part of your body right now, so I don't know. So just explain what you mean when you said you did top surgery.
There are persons on there who really don't know what is a top surgery. Okay, so a top surgery
Who
is
knows?
realigning your chest to make it a chest. Male have chest, women have breasts. So I don't want breasts because I'm not a woman. So I remove my breast, realign my body, show my chest can flat and look masculine. Yep. And them change what them for change and remove what them for remove and give me male nipples and not female nipples. Yeah. So that's what this top surgery is about. It's a lot of
Awesome.
money. Lucky for me,
Awesome.
I didn't have to pay
Awesome.
all that money. The Lord work a miracle and me get it done practically free. So if God never okay with it, him should have make me get the loan and all them something there and the awards and all these things. So moving on.
Okay. All right. Next question. How do you advise a mother whose teenage boy child, her son, tells her that she likes boys?
Her son tells her that he
How would
likes
you advise?
boys. I would tell the mother to love your child. Remember, the kid is already
Yes.
yours. You brought that child into this world. So what choice do you have but to love that child? The Bible says you're supposed to love your children and love your family. Like him say, love everybody like how you want God to love you. Love your neighbor as yourself. So if the child is already yours, what are you? You're supposed to continue loving that child and continue being a parent. What you just have to do is just learn to know the child for who the child is and not who you want that child to be. Because society makes it seems like a man must be with a woman and that's the only way. And you cannot be happy if you're not in a heterosexual relationship. I'm happy. I'm way happier than a lot of heterosexuals. So I don't get that part of it, you know. Love your child just the same. Counsel your child,
Mm-hmm.
talk to the child, wonder, ask the child what make you feel like this. Is there something that happened to you? Because remember, not everybody will tell you they wanna be not everybody or not every person who is in the LGBTQ is gonna be here forever. Not everybody, it's their destiny. Some people are just here to try it out. Some people are here because of the money. Some are here because they're confused. And some are here because they were hurt. So each person have to do a soul seeking and searching with
Right.
their inner self to see if this is what they want and where they want to be. I was hurt before, but that's not why I'm here. I was like, I knew I was going to be here before I even got hurt. Before the first
Okay.
incident took place,
Good
I
night.
knew
This
this
is
is me.
Mrs. Kevin.
Hey, boo. So yeah, I knew I was gonna be here before that. So have a talk with the child. That child could just be going through a phase. Remember, teenage is a stage of puberty. So your hormones might be all over the place. He might just start to feather, maybe him just start getting first erection, and the first person who was close to him when it happened was a man. And him just feels so that is the one, that's my crush. There goes my first love. You know what I mean? And like for me, my first crush was a woman. The first person who I see me
Awesome. True.
admiring as a child was a woman. So somehow I knew that man is not me, man is not my thing. I'm not gonna find me loving man and crushing for a man. Nah, it didn't work. It didn't really work. And even if a man should have come in my bedroom in the near future or the far future, it's not gonna be for love or relationship or settle down. That's not where I wanna be, you know. My pleasure is with women. So whether you're a cisgender woman or a trans woman, my pleasure is with women. So just love your child, have a talk with your
I share
child,
the
because
same sentiments,
after talking to the child, then you can know if this is what the child wants or who the child is. You share the same sentiments, RJ?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I
good.
do. Alright, so I see. Yes, you know, hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Read what Stacy vlog posted. Can you all hear me? You hearing me? So
I think
society never said you must be a man to woman. Society never said you must be a man to woman. It said you must be man to
somebody
woman.
comment that. I'm not
So
seeing it.
tackle that one. Society never said you
This
must be man to
Bible, no
woman.
want to
Yes,
say who
Stacy
say
did.
it.
The Bible said
I
so.
may not see fair part. I don't see that quest that comment.
Well, it's not there. I'm seeing it. 7:39. Well, 8:39 p.m.
The Bible didn't say I should be a man to woman.
Don't see it?
No, I don't say it. I don't know. I'm not seeing it, but okay. The Bible didn't say I should be a man to woman. Did the Bible say I
Nay,
should not?
that's no. She's
Okay.
saying no. She said the society never said that. It's the Bible said so. So she's saying that
Society
is
didn't
not
say.
society said no. She said society never said you must be man to woman. Is the Bible said that you should be man to woman?
Yeah, but who teach me about the Bible? Wasn't it society?
Do you
Before I
agree
learn
with
how
what
to
she
read,
said?
wasn't the Bible being read to me? When we go to church, do we get the isn't it the pastor, or whoever is up there taking charge of the service that reads the Bible? If you don't go home and read it on your own and in your own spare time, is what you hear at church that you learn, right? When you were a kid, you never have
Exactly.
time to afford a
Exactly.
Bible, so
Mm-hmm.
you have to borrow for somebody one or you go Sunday school go learn. So all these things will tell you, I hear them through Sunday school and I go and read them for myself and learn and interpret it differently too. Because the teachers tell you cow
Mm-hmm.
jump over moon and the whole of we like idiots sing the songs from kindergarten right
Cow
up.
jump over
When we
moon.
became
I know we
adults, we
can't say
realized that that
jump
was
over
BS.
moon.
As adults, we
Yeah.
realized that was BS. So a lot of things that they tell you when you were kids, some of them something they are BS, some of them stuff they can be rerouted, some of those things can change. Okay, the first person who built a car, I want big old ugly something, I assume. He never knew it would have worked, but it
I
worked.
agree.
Look how many vehicles out there now, I'll do her open up in the ear. So the society say you shouldn't be a man. The society is a man to woman, all right, because him say take one and call the one your own. Like the Bible is confusing, and I say that with no regret. It's the truth. And a lot of other books that you read are also confusing. But remember, the New Testament came as a result to buy back the laws of the Old Testament because people were taking it too literally and they were killing each other. Innocent bloods were shed. An eye for an eye, a teeth for a teeth. If your right hand offend you, cut it off, and all these things. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because men became lovers of themselves. Are the Christians and the church people and other people
Of
telling you that
themselves.
why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed is not just because men became lovers of themselves. And remember, if we're going to take the Bible literally, Anna man alone did down as Sodom and Gomorrah. But the passage said men became lovers of themselves. Anna man alone did down there. It wasn't men alone. So if you want to take the Bible word for word and quote it word for word, then where the woman and the pit them were they done on Sodom and Gomorrah when it was destroyed? Why were the kids destroyed and they were innocent? What was their sin? So if the Bible said man to woman, is that in the Old Testament or the New Testament? Because
Mm-hmm.
half of the things in the Old Testament I don't live by. The Ten Commandments are in Matthew in the New Testament. Remember when they caught the woman at the well, when they caught the woman in the adultery and they wanted to stone her to death, what did Jesus say? He that is without sin cast the first stone. So maybe my sin, okay, let me tell you, my sin right now, if you don't want to agree or not agree, my only sin is fornication. Transgender is not a sin. That is not a sin. Which part of the Bible tell me some sin for transition? Those things were not mentioned in the Bible. There are a lot of other parables in the Bible too. Remember, what was hidden from the wise and prudent, now revealed to the babe and suckling. Transgenders could be a revelation. Oh, you know that. Who am I to not tell you? Who are you to not want to believe me? Remember, the message is important, you know, not the messenger. Forget say Kevin is just a little dirty boy, he, she, it, whatever you want to
Messenger.
call me. But take the message. There might be something for you to learn. The breath of me, I blow God give me. And I pray to a God every day, just like most of the people from the live. They pray to a God every day. So you think you take a normal person or anybody if you just get up and come out here and talk to society to speak these words? It's not an easy it's not an
Assist
easy task.
Kevin, Assist Stacy saying that you are misunderstanding her statement. I'm not sure what
The
part of the
Bible say
statement she
a
said that
man
you're
supposed to marry to a
misunderstanding.
woman. That's why I say I'm not see I didn't see your comment, but if it says a man to a woman, I have to go wide because I don't just want to stop at that one part. Remember, there's a scripture where say if a man lie with another man, he should be put to death. That is also in the Old Testament. I think it's in Leviticus. So a lot of the things where people are telling about Bible and man to put to death is in the Old Testament. The New Testament gave the Bible the laws. The New Testament speaks about love. Love your neighbor as yourself. So love your neighbor as if the neighbor was gay,
No.
even if the gay. You understand? Love your neighbor. If your neighbor is gay, love your neighbor as if he was straight, even though he's gay. Love your neighbor as yourself. You're straight, so love the person as if the person was straight. The person is a human being. Love the person. Let me see, because I don't see that comment. I don't know
Okay.
why, but what I see from Stacy is that the Jamaican society isn't open to other relationship as they are very homophobic, but many other societies are. That's the only thing I see from Stacy. So I don't know if that was before it or after it. So I'm
That
just
was
reading down. But
after.
yeah,
That was
yeah, the first one might
after.
have missed. I don't know, but that's all right. Let me just see. I if she's talking about where a man should marry a
Are you
woman,
talking on a
because
wider? I think she talking about Jamaica though.
no, because I said in
She's
my
saying, but
statement
many
earlier on
other
that
societies
society say man supposed to marry two woman and them stuff
are.
there, and it come from the Bible. So Kevin, you misunderstand my statement. Okay, honey, come again. Let's do this again. Write it again, and maybe we can take it from there. But I was gonna get to that point anyway because a lot of times, even the interview I did the other day with the cleaner, a lot of the comments underneath it, they were saying a man to woman, that's how God make it. Another person was saying how the baby are go born. And I'm saying
Hmm.
people who are not educated as to where technology and medical or medicine is concerned, a lot of things are happening that are different from what they are used to. Gone were the days when a man have to sleep with a woman and probably spend the whole night in order for her to get pregnant. A man don't even have to sleep the whole night again and sleep and wake and have sex before he go to bed and then wake up again. And then you know what I mean? In the olden days, practically you have to live with a man to get pregnant, you know. Or you know when a little young girl goes drop out of school and get pregnant, people would say, "A
And
good,
I
a
have
long
sex
time she has
every
sleep with
night.
man." You know, a long
Hmm.
time she has sleep with man and all these things. And it could
Hmm.
be her first time. It could be one little dege instance and it happen, but them say yes, a long time she has sleep with man. Send it again, Stacey, because I want to see it. I don't want to misinterpret it because you know, say, I'm a person who agree to disagree and I give each person their opinion. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion and that you should know about me. So if I misunderstand you, if I misunderstood you, put it again and I'll take it from there because I'm open to talking about just about anything. So, like I say, me know you're there for hear the Bible part because you done to me from early. You're waiting for the scriptures.
All right.
They
So
would
Payne
tell
was
you
saying
that
from the Bible countless.
from the Bible, go ahead.
Bible contradict itself. 50 years or less,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Bible
yeah,
will
but
change
Stacey, me
again
free
into
that.
this their new
I did
law
touch it.
of the land.
Yes, Stacey, I did understand you clearly.
Society
I knew
says
that was what you were saying. So Cubs TV say exactly surrogates are there. Right now I'm trying to find a
so
surrogate
that
for
you're
a couple in
misunderstanding what she
Germany.
was saying. So I don't know.
I didn't misunderstand her. That was how I interpreted it. That was exactly how I interpreted it. So English is very funny. Like I said, English is kind of intertwisting and intertwining. My level of intelligence might be different from somebody else. My way of interpreting a word might be different from somebody else. And that is why when I speak, I give more than one examples. I use more than one sentences to define any word. So if there are three different people and three different level, lower class, higher class, whatever, we're all human beings. So I give you three different examples so you can pick the one that you understand from. Let's go back to the topic.
So
Man
you
to
get it.
woman. The Bible say man to woman. And one songwriter say man to man is so unjust. A film business that. You must know which part of it unjust. There's also a way that I can clarify that too. The trans women who don't feel like a man. If a trans woman should sleep with a man, are you gonna tell me that it's still man to man? Yes, probably you would, but do we care? No. The man out there kill people every day. The police tell him say he's a murderer, he's a criminal. Does he care? No. Him still a kill people. What crime are we committing? Why society is so much against us? What is
Committing.
our crime? Everybody has sinned. So our society now after the other sinners. You get what I'm saying? If a LGBTQ person doesn't come to you as a heterosexual person and say, like for example, me go to K, I'm say me I go want your body in a be oh yeah move so you're going like say my thing not good enough for you and whatever whatever. So what? Because it not really you can't get it. That's wrong. I'm not supposed to come across you in that way because I'm imposing my sexuality on you and my choices on you. The moment I know you're straight, I shouldn't be forcing you.
Mm.
I can say it, but what the way you respond, this is how I would like for heterosexual persons to respond to LGBTQ people when they approach you sexually. Respectfully decline. All you have to say, I understand that this is you and it's your thing, it's not mine. I'm sorry, but my humblest apology, it's not mine. You're done. When you are going to take the person phone number and exchange phone number and ask the person, so what is it that you can do differently? Do you do this? Do you do that? You're giving the person false hope. You're making it seem as if you're interested. And then when you feel like the person say too much and it start make you
Right.
itchy or
Mm-hmm.
make you uncomfortable, then you go and you spread rumors and so the person approach you and you set up man to kill them and all these things. That is how I see it happen. I almost lost my life. I am a living testimony. If you're not interested, tell the person within the first two conversation and shut the conversation down. Respectfully decline. So people are gonna say a man to woman. The Bible said man to woman. I get that. But also, where in the Bible was that? Wasn't it in the Old Testament? So if the Old Testament can't buy about the laws because people were killing people innocently, wasn't that a part of the things in the Old Testament too? I don't know. You tell me, because maybe I don't interpret the Bible the right way. Five subscribers, people on the live, tell me what you think. So yes, society have them versions. Some countries, some cultures will never get to the place of accepting us. I get that. I'm done asking for acceptance. I'm not looking for acceptance. All I need is respect. We don't like Chinese. Enough people don't like Chinese. There's a Chinese cook dog at the restaurant, but still you go there to shop. You go there, you buy sweet and sour chicken, you buy chow mein, you buy shrimp. You don't buy the dog because you don't eat dog. So you're not gay. You don't have to be gay. You can still communicate with us. Communicating with us don't make you gay. When you go to the Chinese store, do you automatically become a Chinese? Or the dog rub off on you? Is the dog contagious? Like, how do you consume the dog? By just going into the Chinese store? Going into the restaurant, you start eating dog so people can look at you and say you're a dog. So when they go and sing the song, if him a par in a chichiman crew, fire me could burn them. No, we are going to burn the man for that is violence. That is violence. Why are you promoting these things? So the pastor man them we are rape the young people and we for burn them too. When we see them, we for burn them and kill them because them a do stuff for them not to do. When you know swan murderer out there, so on the years, so Miss Mavis
Sin.
son, just when you hear so this Mavis son just broke in a mass Justin yard and do this and do this, I want to know say Miss Mavis son, grab him and beat him no, murder him then no since an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Wrong, all right, I get it. But if you can justify fool no sin, and we enough to justify food, then that no make no sense. So it doesn't matter man to man or woman to woman. The Bible is the only place that dictate man to woman. This is what I'm saying in the longer version. Then stay your camera on all then can and come back. Me the seat already, mama. Me the catch on pan that. And a society say it of the Bible, and that is why I say, who taught us the Bible? Who read the Bible to us? Society, with parents, with grandparents. Society is just a
They
big term to
interpret.
people.
Yes.
It's a term for
Yeah.
people. So people make the society. We are the society. I was the first person to read to my daughter. I am a part of society. So if I was supposed to tell my daughter from an early age that don't come up and be a lesbian, don't be like me, don't be a trans, don't come date women, it would be me and my teachings. My parents are heterosexuals, and when they thought I was a lesbian, they feel like they failed me. They have a saying in Jamaica, children live what they learn. Then how me never stay with man if me live what me learn. All of my sister them have man or them like man. So some of these things are just myths. Them say wash your hair with rice water, you see dopey. Enough time wash me hair, I'll know no dopey me no see. So it's up to you and what you believe in. I believe that I was born a man. Who can tell me say that wrong? If you believe say set egg every Easter, you go see your future. And people still there Jamaica set egg because they want to see if they going to travel and they going to married and all these things. So I don't know. Make up for yourself, the viewers. Share the live, share the live. Yeah, manage. Go on RJ. Here, yeah, Kevin to LOL. Here,
Yes.
Kevin to married comment.
Teenish
We need,
Queen say one of the best and interesting live. Me come on from the other day. Active Juicy said, "Good night. I treat everyone equally, and that's how it should be." JM.
yes, there's
I
a
got a
still to the
call, but I'm
easy.
back now. It's Jen Jen. TND's reality series said we need to be more loving, be truthful, and inclusive for others. I
Yes.
agree. Cab Stevie is saying, "Talk, Kevin.
May I talk of the
It's
things about my
miracle.
team.
It's
But
me,
touch a point.
miracle. Yeah, a true
Let me touch
man.
a point, RJ. As
Yeah,
T&D series say, we need to be more loving, be truthful, and be inclusive. Let me touch the loving part. The Bible speaks about love. Why is it that people are so quick to judge us? The Bible said, don't judge, right? The Bible said, thou shalt love. We not see nobody show LGBTQ love. Put it this way. 90% of people who now know that you're a part of the LGBTQ, the moment them know, 40% of the 90, they're gone. The Bible said, thou shalt love. The Bible said, thou shalt not judge. But everybody or 90% of people judge you rather than love you. How them make the knot bigger than they should? You get
yeah.
what I'm saying? You're supposed to eat to stay alive. This is something you need to do to stay alive, to eat. Love your neighbor so you can see God's face and don't judge your neighbor, but them rather judge the neighbor instead of love the neighbor. So that is where confusion comes in. So touch the love fine. When we get to the truthful part now, me have a topic and I hope me not hit nobody or stepping on nobody can. As parents, we teach our children to be honest. If you feel like you love woman or you love man or you go different from the norms of society and you're living in the closet, are you being honest? No, you're not being honest because this is not what you want. You don't drink dragon and you're out with your friends and them say drink a
Mm-hmm.
dragon and you're there like you don't say a Guinness me like, but because your friends say drink
Just
the
want to
dragon,
fit
you drink
in.
it. You drink it because you want to fit in. Exactly. But what are you telling your kids if they go to school and the friend them a persuade them to go and thief and this child know that I'm not a person who wants to commit this crime? The lesson you just taught your child from not telling them you like Guinness, you just teach a child to do it for fitting so the child is gonna live a lie. And this is where the cycle continues. Because if you not live your truth, then you can't tell a child to speak the truth and live for them truth. But people are gonna say that LGBTQ life is not true. Then I will tell you, no, if I never truth, why so much are we out there? What is the truth?
Hmm.
Love yourself, love your neighbor. What the Ten Commandments say? Is there anything in the Ten Commandments about transitioning? Is there anything in the Ten Commandments about lesbians being married or gays being married? Him said these are my Ten Commandments, honor them and keep them and all them something there, right? Is there anything in the Ten Commandments about LGBTQ or homosexuals or who now go heaven from who now go? Exactly. So we're gonna live by the 166 books in the Bible. That makes sense. How can you live by? There is no perfect person out there who can tell me them I live by the 166 books in the Bible from chapter to chapter and verse to verse. If you tell me that I'm not gonna believe you, you might be telling the truth, but me not gonna believe you because him say one somebody out the perfect. There's only one perfect person out there, and that is why they say we sin daily and we come short of the glory of God, and we must repent daily. So if I'm a transgender and I repent tomorrow, whatever sin I commit yesterday and the day before, me repent today, so the sins are gone. Why are you still judging me from when I was 5 years old? That is why the people who rape me, I forgive them because them already asked for them forgiveness. And if they ask for their forgiveness and they get it, who am I to hold them down? I'm stifling my own breakthrough. I'm stifling my own blessing. I'm not healing because them still their church I preach and God not kill them. It and me over here I stress out and magadam. No, my love, me go put on weight and look good. Make them say I have overcome.
All right,
I have
Kevin.
overcome. So
Stick a pin, Kevin. You just mentioned something. I don't know if you want to just give me a little overview of that. That kind of just licked me somewhere a while ago. You say I've been raped. Me know you never. That wasn't. Never really want to talk about it.
I can touch on it for a little because I
But
don't
I
want
don't.
people to get the wrong impression. Yes, I was raped more than seven
You
times,
were
but
raped.
I was raped more than 7 times. But I put a caption it and say
Was that
seven.
before
The reason
transitioning?
before I couldn't after transition, they would have dead.
Was that before transitioning?
I'm
Oh,
telling you public,
okay.
if it
No, me
was
no know.
after
Me I ask.
transition,
Me just ask
I made a
questions what
distance
people might
somebody because
ask.
then I let nobody too
All
close to me
right.
like that again. Before that, when I was living in Jamaica and I tried to
All
go
right.
to
Good.
people for counseling, people think that I didn't spend enough time
Mhm.
investing in the woman I was, but I spent all this time to invest in the man I want to be, which is fictitious. Somebody say I'm living a virtual reality. Okay. Well, the whole of the superhero them a fly up on TV and the kids them a watch it and them like it. So let me live my superhero life and my virtual reality life. I'm happy with it. I went to one pastor for
Right.
counseling. As a matter of fact, the first person to sexually assault me and then rape me was my grandfather. This is somebody who should have been a father figure and a role model in my life. Destroyed my childhood. I knew from very early that I never wanted to be a girl. I knew from very early that girl things are not for me. So then I'm always with the boys. So when I'm with the boys, they see that as a perfect opportunity because there's one female. With them say one lily, something, or one rose among the thorns, something to that.
Turns.
So they
Mhm.
see me with them, so they always prey on me because I'm the easy catch. Them no need to go look one woman when one always there beside them. But here I am trying to be like them, that I'm learning them and not realizing that I'm putting myself up, I'm setting myself up. I was like always with the boys, spending time with my grandfather and whatever, whatever. Then he started making me feel like I was a princess. I was the favorite grandchild. And the little ugly pretty, me did ugly with me a girl. When me did a little pretty, me did ugly me, yeah, then the big. Everybody, people understand when a baby born, them have certain features will practically almost stay with them for the rest of them life. Me did have big eye. If you see them still big. When you little and pitney, I tell you in your ears every day, big eye girl, big eye this, big eye that, you feel like an inferior. If you have castly and people tease you for the whole of your life, you feel
Still
bad
there.
about it, you know. So any little thing people can find for use against you as a child growing up, it can hurt your self-esteem.
Yeah.
So when you find one person we appreciate you and tell us say you're this, you're good, you're great, you're perfect, they're just envying you because you look better than them. All them little stuff that he was telling me, he was grooming me. I'm a child, what do I know? If you tell one little pitney now, say them ugly, them cry because children are trying to parents are trying to educate their children away from thinking these things. So when I was always
Right.
with him, spending time with him, I didn't want to be with my parents and whatever. And because of personal choices between my mom and my dad, I used to have to go to my grandfather a lot. Yes, he was the first person who sexually assaulted me on many occasions. From I was 6 years old right up until I was 13 when he tried penetration. Move up to the next chapter. At the age of 16, I started talking to people. My cousin them, me start hang out with them and stuff. Two of my cousin have sex with me. I'm only 16. Move up to come later years. Go up to later years, started talking to this. I moved out of my hometown because it became too much and I wanted to kill myself. I tried suicide and it never worked, so I had to leave my hometown because nobody was understanding. I don't feel like a girl, and everybody I try to get close to where man is concerned, they are abusing me. I can't be around my sisters. I don't want to be around girls because I like them. And when I find myself around girls, I want to explore them. And I'm trying to figure out who am I? What is this? My family are Christians. They're preaching against me. I was suffering inside. I left my hometown and thought that if I go somewhere else, I can start my life over without nobody knowing. I left my parents' house when I was 17. As soon as me leave high school, if July, by August, I'm out of their house. I got raped by a policeman at the age of 17. So me, I jump out a frying pan and drop in a fire. Policeman raped me at gunpoint. Moving on. Reach up to later years, 19-year-old, me decide, say, you know what? Me not stay down here because I still have to see this person. I just can't deal with all that is happening. So here what? Me go just move back to my hometown
Oh,
and try something else. Go back to my hometown, them start
okay.
preaching demons out of me. Them hear some me a
And it
lesbian, them
started the
start say a bunch
problem.
of things. Me I go forward up now. Talk to this pastor man. Boom, pastor man up in my hole because guess what? He wants to get the lesbian out of me. He just feels like if there's a man in me or I feel what a dick is like, then I will stop loving women. I stop feeling that. Moving on. Me phase out for almost 3, 4 years. Me just non talk, stop communicate. No friends, no boyfriend. I don't want to be with anybody. Just my girlfriend. Had a girlfriend. Relationship start mature, whatever. Pastor them start with a different stuff. Go to an ex-pastor. Pastor tell me, say, I hear this and this is that. Is it true? We spoke about it. According to him, let us pray about it. Next thing we know, this man is having sex with me again. Did I want sex? No, I'm not like man. How much time if you tell him so I never like man like that? Me not get feelings from it. So the cycle just keep on going on and going on. Move from that pastor, it moved me into a next one because it feel like this shouldn't be happening, blah blah blah. It moved me on and said, let me
Pastor,
put you on to somebody
pastor.
else in a different, and they moved me to a different parish for counseling because one week now this a parish, send me to an next parish. When I went to the other person, so why this like is this your first time through counseling? I have to repeat my life all over again. What you think happened? In less than 2 years of counseling with this man, at the same thing, rape me too. And I tell myself it ends here. Like I'm not going through these things back and forth over and over. I have to put a stop until I start living my truth with women. Then all the rape stop. So how much more time is just
That
done and take rape? It now go happen and nobody can tell me nothing. So people, this is why I don't talk about the rape because people are of the assumptions now that because I was raped so
that's the
many times by
reason.
men, I transition. No, that's not the
Yes,
story. I knew from I was very young that I like girls. While I was growing up, the first time I saw my menses, I was like, yo, why this? I don't want this. I used to want to walk around with no bra, no shirt, nothing when I was a child. And they always around me, they want to say, put on your shirt, put on your blouse, put on your blouse. Yeah, girl, yeah, this. I'm like, yeah, what girl, what girl? When I went to primary school and the teacher was teaching us, I am a boy, I am a girl, my name is Pam. When the teacher give me the book for read and the book in front of me like this, and the teacher say, your time to read. I saw me a spin page.
I am not a
The teacher
girl.
said, read the first word.
Exactly.
I mean, I spin the page. When the teacher says, say, I am a girl, me stand up and me I look for her. One slap me get in my back. I hope she watch one of them live here one day and come apologize to me. The woman give me one slap in my back and say, you're a girl and you're supposed to read, I am a girl. I cried and I read it because I have no choice. I'm a kid. I was in primary school, if you ask me. If in a primary school was late, basic school, but I remember that instant because I was it. People are gonna tell me say I can't tell them that I knew from early say me never stay sorry this wasn't me. What age did they know their gender? Remember, when things happen to you in life, it becomes a landmark. So me know from early out so me that fight my brother them for wear them pants and stuff. Me always want to play hide and seek with the boys and gigs and whatever. But I also remember that teacher who hit me because I never wanted to read that I was a girl. These are landmarks in my life. I also knew that my grandfather was molesting me from a very early age, from basic school. And I have other people in my family who came out to me after I did my video and spoke about my grandfather molesting me. At least 9 other persons in my family said he did it to them too. So I ain't just out there speaking a bag of things when it makes sense. So from there to then and after the rapes, I'm like, I'm done being hurt by men where that is concerned. I'm gonna live my truth. I started living my life with women. People never really understand the whole thing, so they assume I was a lesbian. As soon as I matured, I keep telling
Yeah.
people I feel like a man trapped inside of a woman's body. And as soon as I get to the right age and place or environment, I'm going to do my transition. So that journey brought me to Canada where I can live my truth. Because living in Jamaica, trying to be a transgender, it never really that worked out in my early 2000s and 2010 and 14 up. It never really that worked out because Jamaica is very homophobic. And it's sad to say that I don't think they will get to the place where they will accept LGBTQ people, but I want to hope that they can at least respect you and or respect LGBTQ people and make a little accommodation for us. Just a little. There's practically not even 20% accommodation for LGBTQ people in Jamaica unless they're in the closet. So can we get at least 20% worth of respect and accommodation? Like, why is it that if you're a lesbian or you're gay, you can't work at certain schools? The moment the school find out, you're fired. Aren't
Tell me
weren't
about
you a
it.
good teacher prior to your sexuality being exposed? Aren't you one of the best teachers giving the students the good education? And the moment your sexuality is exposed, they remove you. Some of the kids them know long before
You're
the
the
vice
worst.
principal and the principal know. So why them are gonna make it like, okay, this is the end of your journey here because you're gay, we can't have you. I was fired from a school. I was a secretary and I was fired from a school, so I know who feels it knows. So moving on, I'm gonna read the comments then because we don't want to go too far because you know me, I'm a man of
All
words, so
right.
we just chat and just for the whole day.
So Tay and D says superhero Kevin. Cabs TV said my child was destroyed too. So I think she's, she
And
can, she's attesting to basically what happened to you as well.
me see somebody up top says something, I'm like it. We are not qualified to judge.
Don't
We
let
ain't
it
God,
get
don't
you
throw
down. You
stones.
hear?
Hold on there, RJ. Mine you pass something, you know. You pass them RJ. Hold on.
To
After
these
after
pastors, you see, man.
so the inclusive part table to
So
shop
like, me
party.
not
Hold
see
on the
some of the
RJ,
comment them.
big a second RJ. Stacy said that's not false hope, but suppose the person was genuinely
Some of
interested and one. Stacy, that is supposed. The probability in your sentence is supposed. That's a problem word. Suppose is something that you're gonna wonder. There is nothing to prove the supposed part of it. So the bother call LOL at me. Suppose me look you. Suppose me tell her right now upon the live so me like you. I'm a jump in your DM and I say, Stacey, you know me like up your body and rate it. Are you gonna play along? The moment you start play along,
but
like me say, you must interested. If you're not interested, don't give the person's false hope. That's what I said. Maybe it never came out clearly. I'm saying do not give people false hope.
you know, we have a lot to put on the.
I beg gorgeous guys.
All right, it's me, Miracle. We are not qualified to judge. We ain't God, so don't throw stones. AG saying blessings. Timmy saying so true. Tay and D saying
You're chipping in and out.
where people right now the most loving people are the gay people where I live. All right. The church has the most sinners, rapists, fornicators, thieves, murder, porn stars, etc. Live for yourself, not for people. Period. Payne says, hey, if we try figure these people out and their options and hate towards us, we end up with hypertension. Let's just continue living our lives and do we and rock with who rock with us. Straight. Period. Okay. Begin up going on right there. So, all right, me go down. Superhero Kevin. And I see Natasha saying that she love your gorgeous eyes. Your big eyes, them when you talk about. Of course. Nay and D said the church is the most sinners.
You're breaking up, RJ.
And we just keep it's Jen breaking up again. Lord of mercy. Look like we have to come back with a part two, because it look like the data done here now. Table have my name. Hi Tavia. Don't allow anything or anyone to dim your light. All right. Grandpa saying Gypsy TV said, damn. Cab saying facts. Nene and Bam Bam saying for anyone out there who is going through something similar, seek help. If you can't handle it on your own, reach out to people you trust. Speak about it. Love yourself no matter what, cause it conquers all. And you see, Bam Bam,
No,
just like what Kevin said, he tried to reach out to persons who he's supposed to trust.
the pastors are the person who disappoint me the most because that was the last person I would expect
That's
to
the other thing too.
misuse
I
me
can help.
or abuse me and did betray my trust.
Exactly. So,
So
so it can be us are the ones welcome them Kevin
if I
because
RJ,
you want me comment them Kevin because
all right, let me just see what I
I'm
can
a
catch up
Tyrone
to.
Codner. I'm a
Tyrone Cardinal
Tyrone
says,
Codner. Welcome Tyrone.
welcome, Tyrone, to the stream. Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Take it from Tyrone Cardinal. I am not homophobic, far from it. I don't understand why people make it their duty to bring down the LGBTQ community. Good to be brave about it. Thank you, Tyrone, for your comment. What I would say to people, a lot of times when you see heterosexual persons bashing us, 10% out of the 100 heterosexuals that bash us are either in the closet or they are insecure about their own sexuality. And I say with no regrets. I've proven this, studies have proven this. A lot of times when you see them bashing us, they're just envious because we're able to live our truth and they're not able to live their truth. I've seen it happen so many times. I remember one of the person who was bashing me the most end up in my bed and never want to leave, end up in my bed and she didn't even want to leave because when I finally had a talk with her, I didn't even want to sleep with her because I keep saying, no, I can't be with you no matter how desperate I am because you were one of the persons who used to bash me the most. And when she explained to me, she said, me bashing you was because I didn't know you for who you are. I just feel that trans persons were confused. I was okay with you being a lesbian, but then the moment you say you transition, I just couldn't understand. But when she come in my bedroom, she don't want to leave because she's like, but like you're doing everything, you're doing it better. Like you get what I'm saying? So, well, this is why
Better.
I try to educate people because people who discriminate sometimes they are not educated as to who we are. A lot of people tell me them not like Guinness. Have you ever drink a Guinness? No, you hear people say it bitter, so you assume that it is bitter. You assume say LGBTQ people nasty, so you don't want to be with them. You don't want to associate yourself with them because they're nasty. But not all of us are nasty. Because once you shower before you go to do what you need to do, there's nothing nasty about it. What are we doing differently from the heterosexuals? A lot of heterosexuals are doing basically the same things, but them just can't do it as good.
Them can't do it as good.
Stop
Now
it
we're
before the
talking.
people them run away. Jen
Can't
Jen
do
said
it as
talk
good.
through Nene. Cubs TV say if anyone need to talk about anything, I'm here. Cubs said bye. This is GNK Francis, by the way. Yeah, we know we know say you, we just tell the people Cubs TV is GNK Francis. Um Chup said damn, haha. RJ, you see your face.
Warm
JN
to my
family
face,
say RJ, see
JM.
your
Warm to
face.
my face. Light
The
up.
straight people them are do the same stuff. Exactly. Cardinal says so true. They use it as a way to feel better about themselves. Yep.
For
And it
themselves.
is proven that people a lot of times when people speak bad about other persons so they can feel good about themselves, people just feel like if them put you down, it makes them look good and feel good. I don't have time for that. The same energy I'm gonna use to speak bad about you, I rather use that energy to speak good about you. You know, you act the way you want to be, and soon you'll become the way you act. I behave like I'm like but before I had an education, I used to speak as if I'm like I have degrees. I still don't have a freaking degree, and you can't tell me I'm not intelligent because I
Degree
act
less than
very
nothing.
intelligent until I became intelligent. I started acting professionally until I became a professional. So you act the way you want to become, and soon you'll become the way you act. The person who just get up and become a modeler, it never happens so easy. Enough little time she don't a bush a walk the runway. Enough time you see them look
And
at
a
the
drop.
person who become singers, they sing in their bathroom. And sooner or later
Mm-hmm.
them can take it out on the big stage because singing in your bathroom, you motivate yourself and you feel like, yeah man, we can do this. Before I became a public speaker, I used to talk to my mirror, I used to talk to the bush them. When I was a child growing up, I used to stand up and I beat the bush with the ruler, talking to the bushes. Sit down, do this, behave yourself. This was me. So you have to act the way you want to become, and soon you can become the way you act. Somebody say, I have to continue part two. Look here, don't leave me
Lord have
alone.
mercy. Missy Cobbs TV says something. Yeah, she says the straight people them burn out lesbian until it's time to do a threesome.
Exactly.
So the man them
And,
we
and,
say,
and,
oh, them don't like and them don't like, but yet still them want two or three in them bed. But
and
yet
what
still
them
them a
not
burn
really
out.
understand, half of the times when they get a threesome, it's not because the two ladies are lesbians. Remember, a lesbian is a person who practically only have feelings for females. But there's
Females.
also the sideline to that where if a man lucky enough to get a threesome, it doesn't change the fact that she's not a lesbian or they're not lesbians
Lesbian.
anymore. Because me eat vegetable, I'm not a vegetarian, but I eat
Right.
vegetable. So if two females or two lesbians decide to do a threesome, it don't mean so them stop being lesbians. Because I can have sex with a man, I mean I have no feelings to him, so my title not change. But if I develop feelings and the relationship becomes a relationship, I'm not a 2 month and 3 month relationship, it have to be 6 months or more, then the title changes. Because even for my wife, she was with me when I was under the societal norms of a lesbian. I know we're still together, even though my gender and everything changes. So her sexuality would have changed, but her identity remains.
Did it not?
Because now she's not dating
Right.
a woman, she's dating a man. So people just have to open their mind to learn. I tell somebody the other day, I think I was on a live with Stacy, and I said, just like how people that say why so many letters in the LGBTQ community, every day so you learn something new.
You learn
Some
something
the
new.
first set of phone where the first set of phone in Jamaica was some big old car catch.
The fridge them.
You remember the big old fridge that
Fridge.
we can
Oh,
catch truck?
yes, man.
And
Fridge.
now look
Yes,
on
man.
the nice
Heavy.
little phone them now. Look how we all can go
Neat. Them
live on a
light.
phone. There was a time when I some big old something you have in the house, say a TV. You have to knock it and spin the antenna to get one station. Now you have
Tell me
cable.
about
So if
it.
technology can increase, you move from what they call it, from the big old truck catch to smartphone to there was a time when it was flip. If you don't have a flip, nothing now go on for you. If you don't have a razor phone, nothing now go
And
on for you.
flip
And
now. I
so
not one
everything
for
has
that
changed.
now.
Then
That
if
phase
life
out.
changed, why can't we change
Why
our body
can't
a
we?
phone? Why we can't change our body a phone? Why we can't choose who want a bedroom a phone? So they're
Exactly.
gonna say, like I tell somebody, the only sin me I commit right now is fornication, and I don't even believe I'm fornicating. My transition is not my sin. And if it was a sin, me pray for it already, and God forgive me. So why on still a cuss? Why on still a argue with the issue? You go out there and you thief one time and you say, Lord, forgive me. The thief happened 5 years ago. You stole something. Let me speak English. You stole something 5 years ago and the Lord forgave you for what you stole. Why is it that the Christians are still judging you when you already do it? The man murdered somebody and he went to jail for 10 years. Him do the time, but yet you still call him a murderer.
Murderer.
Move away
They
from the
call it
past.
murderer.
Paul says, forget the past and press towards the mark of the higher calling, which is in Jesus. So why you still a hold the person past
Yes.
against him? So the pastor man, them will rape me, me now hold them pass against them, but I have to speak about it so other persons can be motivated. I could have made a arrest, but I didn't because there must have been some message in it for people who wants to learn. And me know them feel like shit when them hear me on live talking these things. But I'm not doing this to make them feel bad because I have to do this so they can stop doing it. Because if I stay silent, all the other church sisters who are going through the same thing, I go stay silent and the whole church get raped and nobody say nothing. And then church sister and church sister start fight each other in a church over pastor. We don't want it to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So as an advocate, I'm open and I put my life out there to speak about things. So yeah, the people them need to just respect us and stop judging for the whole lifetime of sin and let us move to the present. So if I'm committing any sin, like I say, it would be fornication. And because that is something continuous, I mean, I have to have sex with no man until we're married. And the wedding is already set. So how far am I from that?
Straight.
How many straight people on the life right now I look forward to getting married? How many straight people on the life have baby for a man when of them husband? You get what I'm saying?
Not
So the
far but
fornication
close. You
that is
need.
baby out of wedlock. When them say about
Yeah.
wedlock and Bible something, so warm to phone of sin, take the beam out of phone of eye before me. I'm not judging, you know. Don't feel no way. I'm looking at the laptop because that's where I'm reading. So, but I'm not judging them. So why judge us? The person was eating meat and then go turn vegetarian. We not custom so they mag and then skinny. So why they like, you see what I mean?
Yeah. All right. We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. I hear persons requesting a part two, a part 10, but we're wrap up here now. All right.
Yeah, that's up RJ Wi-Fi switch
Um,
over.
yes, my KFC Wi-Fi are going with a bag of things. So Chupsy TV was saying laughing out loud. Threesome, them love, haha. Laughing out
Mm-hmm.
loud, exactly. At GNK, not all of them, cause I don't look down and on anyone. I love J. People who accept you for who you are.
Love everyone for who they are.
Love J. People who accept. Yes. I like Kevin's terminologies. That's what Tyrone is saying.
Thank
Cabs
you.
TV saying JM, I'm speaking general. Well said, Kean. Troops is saying most time with Rochelle, big up yourself. I really thank you all for being here having net issues. Trust me, girl. Same thing here. Same problem I have here, so because of the bad weather. But we're still there. JM family saying Caps TV, a church at the Royal Tiana. T Wi-Fi, trouble there, I'm if I tell you.
RJ
Trouble
Wi-Fi, I
there.
give trouble.
KFC Wi-Fi, but we're still there. I really thank you all for being here because you never had to, and I really respect that. You know, you know, a Burger King Wi-Fi we did have earlier, but no, it dropped. Question here: how would you advise a mother who lived or to believe that she gave birth to a girl at trans man?
Pardon me?
What advice
You
would you give that mother?
you were breaking up, so I didn't hear the question clearly. What advice would I give to a mother was all I heard. You wanna type it? You are frozen. RJ is using data because the Wi-Fi was giving trouble. So he's presently using his data. And I hope RJ doesn't feel any way if I say he, because I see him as a man, I'm gonna stop calling he until one day him tell me, say, Kevin, stop it. So for the people in his life, don't judge him because of my pronouns unless he wants to be judged. But I'm wondering if he's trying to ask the question, what advice would I give to a mother whose child comes out as a trans man? Like for me, apparently, guys, are you still here? Because RJ fell off. But I would just answer that question and then I practically close the live because he said he would have ended. Is there anyone still here? I think I still see 8 people. We're still here. All right, may not take over RJ's show, but I think he was asking what advice would I give to a parent whose child come out as a trans. My parents are still trying to figure out what is going on with me, and I'm telling them it's not for them to figure out. I'm one of the miracles and one of the mysteries that they can never solve. The Bible had a lot of parables. I'm one of them. I believe that. And for God to fulfill his mission, I had to transition. You pre me? So basically, if he's asking what advice would I give to a mother, love your child. Get to know your child for who the child is now and not what or who the child was. Sit down with your child and have a talk with your child, right? So you sit down with your child, you talk with your child, you explain to your child, so this is what I thought, but no, this is new to me and I'm open to learning you. So let us do it together. People, we're gonna have to schedule another live because RJ is kicked off and then it's hard for him to get back in. He just sent me a WhatsApp. So I'm gonna have to close right now. Thank you all for joining. Remember, if you're new here on RJ's channel and you've not subscribed to his channel yet, please go ahead, subscribe to his channel, share the video so that other persons can learn. This is a very interesting topic and a very interesting conversation. We don't want to leave it here. Share it. The world needs to hear this. That is why I came on here. The world needs to hear this. A lot of persons in the comment section, I get the feeling that you're heterosexuals, and I do commend you and we appreciate you for being here. If you're not yet a part of my channel, Journey with Kevin is the name of my channel. Just go over to my channel, watch a video, comment on the video, subscribe just the same. Let us keep the love going. Remember, guys, live and let live. To each his own. You understand? Whatever I do in my bedroom shouldn't bother you. Whatever you do in your bedroom shouldn't bother me. It's my life, it's your life. Live, and let us just be happy and live our truth. All right. So JM Family is a YouTuber. All right. Soon come page you. We can't do it the same day. We have to do it differently on different days. So RJ got kicked out. Yeah, bro. So I'm just ending it for you now. Basically, guys, remember if you've not yet subscribed to RJ channel, remember just press the subscription button. If you have not yet, give the live a thumbs up. Just give the live a thumbs up before we come out. So basically, That's it for us. Once I leave, the live is done. Anything that anyone want to say before I go? Yes, RJ, you are welcome. I don't have a problem. RJ, since you're in the comment section, do you want to let them know? Oh, you read my mind. I was just about to say, is there going to be a part two? You commented just the same. We will have a part two. People say, I hear it. Kevin Conscious will be back. Everyone, RJ says to big you up and thank you all for being a part of the live. And yes, Kay, thank you so much for the blessing. And Chupsi say, all right. Chupsi is a YouTuber also. Chupsi TV. Um, everybody, you're on the live. If there are persons on the live who you don't have it, go grab them. Tony and Tiana is a YouTuber just the same, or they are YouTubers just the same, LGBTQ YouTubers. So grab people, grab each other, do it the right way. If you come to my channel today, I'll come back to you tomorrow. We can't do it on the same day because YouTube takes it away, all right? Yes, people. Me not really know RJ in them video. You know, RJ, what you always say? Until next time we are out. Where's your son now if he come say we're out? Where is Jay? When Jay is finishing the interview or the video, Jay is the one who normally pick to say we are out. So we're out, all right? Part two going keep man. Don't worry yourself. Part two I will keep. This is a very nice topic. Active Troop sent me. All right, big up yourself, Golda. On behalf of RJ, big up yourself and thank you for being there. Then RJ, me never know say me alone could I run this show if you drop out. Learn something new tonight. All right, on behalf of RJ and Jay's TV, we thank you all for being a part of the live. For the persons who are just tuning in, when the live finishes, just start watch it over from the top. This was a very good discussion, very informative. I hope you learned something. On behalf of RJ and J TV, I was the host, the guest on the show, Journey with Kevin. So we are out.